Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY Daily. First, my little disclaimer, this is no financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Okay, wow, let's jump right into it. A big sell-off here for Bitcoin today. I think all the traders on YouTube and so, they said, okay, we're now going down to 40,000 or so. I mean, we can go down, you never know. But right now, we're recovering a little bit. We were at 50,300. That was the bottom today. And yeah, we're now at 52,500. So recovery of 2,000 US dollars. So it would be nice to get above the 53,000 here and hold this line. This would indicate that maybe the downturn is over here. We will see. Bitcoin always surprises you to the upside and to the downside. Yeah, we had also a big sell-off for the miners here, for example, for Hive Blockchain. Yeah, that was a big one here. And we have now recovery here of right now close to 30%. So yeah, these are these shakeouts here. All the weekends, they don't know what they're investing. They get shaken out here. The stop losses are triggered here when these support line here broke, and yeah, then the institutions or other traders or whatever, they buy, and now we're back at 418. So yeah, we're still low here in all these stocks. You can see this also in HUD, which is minus 1% right now. They will release the financials of Q4 today. But we're here for HUD also above the support line here, these long-term support line. You can see this here. 50 minutes is not so perfect for this to show. Wait a second. So this is the 4-hourly. So you can see we broke this line here, but we are now back. The only one which is very big down right now is Bitfarms with minus 8%. So they released the financials of Q4. I mean, they had a loss there. They posted a loss, but that was expected. Q4 was still a very hard month for the miners. I mean, in October, the Bitcoin price was at 10,000. Yeah, in November it was at like 15,000 or so on average, and in December it started to take off. But it was not the big month for these miners. I mean, for the miners, it started really in Q1, in January, February, March here with 52,000 right now. And we are crying all. We are at 52,000 and the miners, they pay like 10, 12,000 a Bitcoin or so when they mine it. Yeah, so this is the time now for the miners. And Q4, it was 2020, the whole year was very hard for miners, you can say. Yeah, we have Argo Blockchain at 0%. So yeah, then we have Mara with 0. We have Riot with 5%. So we often see that after these corrections that the US stocks recover faster. So we will see how this plays out this time. Riot looks very strong today. Then we have DigiHost with 3% in green. We have DMG with 8%. That's very good for my portfolio here. KR1 is very weak right now, so they have a big correction here again. I think that's because of Polkadot, because Polkadot, yeah, is down at 30 US dollars. Yeah, but this has not the fundamental reason. KR1 is a great company still. These holdings are great, and they make a lot of staking rewards. So yeah, this is only these panic times. Yeah, we already know this. We have seen this before and before and before. This is crypto. This is nothing special in crypto. These things happen. And if you want to have stable returns, you should not be in crypto. This is like a roller coaster. And what you can do is to sell when you're, what I do is try to sell when you're up here, but not selling here. This is, in my opinion, or for me, this is not an option. It's better to have some cash here to buy the dip, but to sell here, difficult, because you never know where's the bottom. Okay, yeah, then we have the financials here from HUD8. First of all, they have now 3,233 Bitcoins on the balance sheet, which is very nice. At the end of December, they had like 2,800 or so. So here's a lot of text, and they tell us a lot of stuff of the whole fiscal year. I mean, this is old numbers. This is 2020, where the halving occurred. the March drop, the difficulty increase. So that was a hard year. What's interesting here, they mined a Bitcoin with 14,195 Canadian dollars. In 2019, it was 5,200. I think this is Canadian dollars. Yeah, this should be Canadian dollars here all. And yeah, when we do it in US dollars, it's like 11,500 or so. And yeah, a lot of people ask me, why did this increase so much? First of all, Hut 8 is reporting these mining costs a little bit different than some other companies. They have electricity and the maintenance in there. Some others, I think like Bitfarms, they are only reporting the electricity, but I have to compare this again. Yeah, then it's US dollars, so it's like 11,500 or 12,000. And why is it higher than 2019? I mean, the halving took place in 2020. Then we had a huge difficulty increase, or not a huge, we had a difficulty increase from 2019 to 2020. We can go there. I can show you. So I mean, the halving, the reward is getting halved. So you pay the double price from one day to another to mine a Bitcoin. So here you can see the difficulty. Oh, this is Ethereum. This is wrong. We should go to Bitcoin difficulty here. So 2019, you see the average it was from 5 to 12. So the average was like 6 or 7 in difficulty. And in 2020, we had from 12 to 18 or 16 or so. So the average was like 15. So you can see the difficulty doubled here, and we had the halving. So you could argue that it's 4 times it was in 2020, 4 times more difficult or so. Okay, the halving was not the whole year, it was in May. So yeah, that's why it's not 4 times, it's 3 times more difficult to mine a Bitcoin in 2020 than in 2019. So that makes sense to me. Yeah, and then the income. I mean, I made a video 8 weeks ago, and I said, okay, I expect an income of like 50 to 60 million, and now they're posting here like 4 million or something like this, and I was a little bit, oh my god, what did I do? But yeah, then I checked the financials and I saw that they changed completely the reporting, so they call it now comprehensive income. I have to make a deep dive. I think I calculated a little bit more for Hut 8. But here, when we look to the financials here, you can see the assets here from 2019 from 71 million Canadian dollars to 145, so a big increase. And I think 2021 is going to be a lot better. Yeah, and then here we can see this here. I mean, this is the whole year, but the first 3 quarters, there were basically no income, I think, because that was bear market. We can see they have here the revenue and so on. I will go into detail in a few days. I have to read this all, but you can see here the revaluation of 13.7 million. Then they have here the income. And yeah, then they have here the revaluation, some more in revaluation. I think maybe these are the coins from 2019 and these are the coins from 2020 they mined there. And the total comprehensive income is like 65 million Canadian dollars. So they changed the reporting. I didn't expect this. Then we have some other special topics here, like reversal of impairment, which is from 2019. Then we have a deferred income tax recovery, and so on. So there's a lot of stuff to analyze, a lot to read, financials, the MD&A, and so on. So I think I expected for the Q4 a little bit more, because in that video I did 8 weeks ago, but I calculated with 3,100 Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And yeah, they sold some Bitcoins in December. So they had like 2,800 Bitcoins on the balance sheet that time. And now they have 3,233. So now they're hodling 100%, but that time not. And I think that's the difference from like 10%. But I have to go into detail into this. Yeah, then we have Bitfarms here. They also posted the financials here today. Where is it here? From the quarter. So they have a good revenue. They have this cost of sales. So they all report completely different. In this cost of sales here, I think they have the depreciation in there. And Hut 8 does this completely different. So the only thing what was surprising me was here the net financial expenses in 1 quarter of 5.5 million US dollars. This is really a lot. I hope this will be reduced in the upcoming quarters. I think in Q1 here they paid down all the debt they had, and I think this should be now be a lot lower. I think these are the lease and so on. Yeah, maybe this is because of the lease of these Watts miners. I have to think about this. I have to read all this stuff, because it could be that the leasing of these machines, that this is here at net financial expenses. I don't really know. A lot of stuff to read. Yeah, they mined like 577 bitcoins in that quarter, which is a lot. Here they say the Bitcoin price, the break-even price is 7,500. So I think this is only the electricity. Where do they explain this? Here represents the break-even cost of Bitcoin based on variable cost of electricity, and is calculated by taking the total electricity costs related to the mining of Bitcoin, excluding hosting contracts, divided by the total number of Bitcoin. So the electricity for Bitcoin was 7,500 per Bitcoin, and yeah, I think that didn't increase much right now, because the difficulty is maybe like 20% up since then. So you can say maybe it's 9,000 or so, and the price of Bitcoin is now at 52,000. So yeah, these results are really old for crypto. This is 3 months old. I mean, October Bitcoin was at 10,000. So this is now, the next quarters will be completely different for Hut 8 and for Bitfarms. Yeah, that's for sure. So that's why I do this daily valuation thing with my BMXI and this weekly valuation on YouTube, because it makes no sense to compare these financials. I mean, yeah, you can find some differences here, but the numbers today are completely different than that time. It's good to find some to compare these miners at that time. What are the costs for mining a Bitcoin? What are the fixed costs and so on? The KPIs. Yeah, but not to calculate the stock price or something like this, or to forecast the stock price. Okay, let's move on. Then we have Hive announces the strategic partnership and share swap agreement with DeFi Technologies. So that's also very interesting. So a lot of people are asking, what is the strategy for Hive when you cannot mine Ethereum? And I'll always say, first of all, you still can mine Ethereum. They ordered a lot of Bitcoin mining machines, so they will mine a lot of Bitcoins in the future. And if they can't mine Ethereum anymore, because there's the transition of completely proof of stake, which can take a year or so, maybe more, maybe less, then you can use the GPUs they have for another mine to mine another coin, or to do something completely different, like rendering or so. And yeah, and you have a lot of Ethereum, and you can stake them, and I think that's what they're going to do. First, they cooperate here with this company DeFi Technologies, so this is a share swap here. So I think Hive gets like 10 million DeFi Technologies shares, and DeFi will get like 4 million shares of Hive blockchain. And yeah, so it seems like Hive wants to go into the DeFi space. I think they have a small investment in tokens.com, which is a staking company. So in my opinion, Hive prepares for the future here. They acknowledge that DeFi will play a big role, and with all this Ethereum I think they will start to stake them at some point. Yeah, I think they have a strong partner. Hive and DeFi Technologies plan to create a partnership surrounding the decentralized finance DeFi ecosystem with specific applications around Ethereum and miner extractable value, MEV. The new partnership, which follows 3 months of discussions, will enable Hive with a strategic stake in DeFi Technologies and a broader partnership surrounding the DeFi ecosystem with a specific focus, the Ethereum-based MEV space and development surrounding it. So this MEV stuff, this miner extractable value, this is really a new space for me. That's about when you're a miner, it's about these compliance on you can call it compliance on the blockchain or something like this. I really have to dig here deeper. MEV refers to the amount of profit miners can extract from reordering and censoring transactions on the blockchain. It has become an important issue over the past year as the DeFi space has grown from 3 billion to 71 billion in market capitalization. So it seems like there's a huge market here for Hive blockchain in this MEV stuff, reordering and censoring transactions. So I really don't like the word censoring transaction, because on the blockchain you shouldn't censor something. So I really have to dig deeper here what's going on there, what they're doing. So yeah, you should really read this stuff here. What's also interesting, Hive is the only public crypto mining company mining Ethereum, and we wish to invest in the DeFi sector and will consider distributing our shares as a dividend to Hive shareholders over the next year. Yeah, so I don't know whether this means they want to pay a dividend or that Hive will benefit from this partnership. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you can tell me, but I think it's going to be a good investment and a good diversification strategy for Hive blockchain. I think I will look into this DeFi technologies company too, which looks also very interesting. Okay guys, so let's move on. Then we have the asset management giant Fidelity files for Bitcoin ETF. So you can see that the big guys, they're stepping in, like Fidelity, they want to have a Bitcoin ETF. I think there are 8 big boys. They are now applying for this Bitcoin ETF in the US. I think it's just a matter of time, because Canada and a lot of other countries, they have already an ETF. So the SEC at some point, I think they will approve it. There's no guarantee for sure, but yeah, it's coming closer. I think you can feel it too. Yeah. Maybe back to Hut 8 and Bitfarms. There were also these financial calls. I mean, I was not able to take part in both. I watched a little bit of Bitfarms. I read a little bit of stuff about the Hut 8 call. So as I understood, there were no big news right now. For Bitfarms, I mean, we had this news 2 days ago where they said, okay, we will apply to NASDAQ. We want to expand and so on. For Hut 8, not so much, but they're very quiet right now about their plans. But they filed for a 450 million Canadian dollars self-prospectus. So I think they should have some big plans, but maybe there's nothing completed. I mean, maybe not. You never know. But yeah, I'm invested in both. I'm invested in Hut 8, in Bitfarms and Hive, and in other companies. You know this. Yeah, so I will wait. I mean, Q4 is really old right now. I'm looking more into the future about the news there. And then we will see what these stocks are going to do. Yeah, okay. So what is the data today? So right now, 35 cents per day per terahash. This is good. We have 10 cents per day per megahash. So Ethereum is right now very stable here on the profitability. The fees are rising again, but also the difficulty is rising. So no big increase in mining profitability right now. So we can check this here. We can see we're very stable here right now. So it would be nice to get another DeFi pump here, or bonus payments, Frank Holmes would call it. This would help to increase again the revenue on the gross mining margin of Hive, but it's still very high. You can see it. October, December here was very low. We are now very high. And for Bitcoin, you can see now finally the difficulty is rising. We are now, the expected difficulty change is in 7 days. It's right now between 5 and 8%. So this is now a normal number for a bull market, for a difficulty adjustment. So the difficulty should rise very, very hard in the bull market. In the last few weeks and months, there was close to nothing. That was really, okay, this is Ethereum. Let's go back to Bitcoin. So this is not very much here. I mean, it looks much here right now, but you can see from January 2020. So this is more than 1 year now, 15 months from 12.5 to 19 or 20. So yeah, this is not a big increase for a bull market. This is really not a big increase, and the bull market. But I think it will start now. I think we will have bigger increases. So the miners really need to buy hash rate. They need new miners to keep up with this difficulty rise. I think that's very important. Okay, so yeah, crazy day again. We will see whether April is better. I mean, March was not a good month for the miners here or for the stocks. Also for my portfolio, it was not a really good month. But I really think tomorrow, after option expiry and all these things, yeah, the last time this happened, or the last 3 times this happened after this option expiry, we had this nice increase here in price. So it was always down here, this option expired, and then this one. We had this one, we had this one here. So yeah, we will see. We will see. Okay, guys. So I think that's it for today. Thank you very much and see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.